Okay. So on this video, this is a case of a part of some bad attack. So I'm going to do 4 videos: 1 bad defense, 1 bad attack, 1 good attack, 1 good defense. So right now here we have a very great scrum. This is the best scrum you can possibly have. You dominated it. We decide to go for an 8 pick. So right now, if we're trying to do an 8 pick, we have to realise what's it going to achieve? Because they have a flanker who's here, in pretty much the A gap. Our 8 has to run around here into this gap. If we call a play like this, the 9 should be over here, ready to be passed to. This is where you get the overlap. This 9 here has to follow you all the way round to try and defend against Margaret, who just comes in now. If she goes the other way, she has to go an even further way around to try and defend. So if you decide to do the 8 pick, I think this is a very, especially when you dominate a scrum this much, you should go for an 8 pick. But we're wasting plays by being too close to each other and not giving ourselves an option. So because you run there, you 2 are now wasted. The flanker can defend both of you. The 9's out the game. So right now the flank is disengaged. If you run completely sideways, you take away all this space, and you can't play a 3v2 which you would have. You're playing a 2v2, 1v2. You just take away all your space. So if Margaret is here already, and you run straight, you now have a 2v1. But because you run sideways to try and get round the flanker, you take away all your space. So she makes a great tackle, you make a good pass, but because now that's happened, nothing really gets achieved. That's okay then. The next point we have to work on, and this is a really big work on from what I saw from the game, is we have to be set earlier to attack. So right now we have no depth whatsoever, and this is what kills us. This is why we can't really attack the line. Margaret picks up the ball and passes it. We're stood still, and then we decide to do a step, which gives life all this time. Too far back. Okay. This gives life all the time to come up and take your space away in the line speed defense, which is very good. We take a negative tackle, which now means that our 10, 12 other players are still too flat again. So if that happens, we'll go back. When you get tackled, we need to be instantly deeper. We should be here, running onto the ball, and then even if they make a great tackle, we still finish here or here at the worst. But because we're so flat and we take a step instead of running forward and we're not running onto the ball, we actually get tackled. Let's see on the tape. We get tackled behind the game line. So we get tackled here, which means everybody on the outside is too flat already. However, you're going to lose some negative tackles anyway. So what should we do to make this better? Because 10 should be dropping deeper so she can run onto the ball. 12 should be dropping even deeper so she can run on the ball. Right now we're all too tight and we're all too close. 10 should be here where this player is, and 12 should be easier, deeper and wider. But because we stay so flat, it puts so much pressure on us to catch and pass straight away. So we take a step backwards in that pass, which means we can't even attack or run onto the ball because we're losing ground. So no one's run on, we're taking steps back. The gain line is here. This is what we're trying to break. And right now we're running backwards to pass. We're about 1 yard away from each other from the 10 and the 12, which means this line is going to put so much pressure here. We're trying to break this game line as well. We just lose 15 yards instantly. And you put yourselves under a lot of pressure to try and catch with loads of live defenders in your face. So for that instance, we need to be deeper and we need to be running onto the ball. If we get deeper from the start, we can run onto the ball. Like you guys did at training, you can pass easier, you can attack easier, you can do loads of things a lot easier. And especially you can break the game line and have positive yards.